shakeup here, and we're standing by for comments from the president. Great question. I would love to speak with them because that sounds like a great seat. But we're hearing that there are a number of donors who are stepping forward to pitch in and make a difference.
They just heard over $10 billion tonight for the center itself. We want to bring it back and bring it back better than ever. As you know, it needs a little help from the standpoint of age and fitness, but it's going to be fantastic. I really am. I love Clinton. We've said it many times. We love it. One of my favorites. Well, let's not talk about that. It's a very serious subject. It could be. It could happen.
Mr. President, can you come to the poll camera, sir?
I believe so. As far as I know, yes.
Mr. President, Corey Lewandowski says that you love women. Is it true?
Say it. We'll see what happens.
Mr. President.
We're going to meet with a lot of people. I look forward to it. Say it. We're going to have to figure out what to say.
Mr. President, is there more who serve that?
Oh, I would say every one of them is great. It's truly great. Great talent, and this is a great production. First time.
Mr. President, can you tell us about the reception?
Well, we're going to save the Kennedy Center. We're going to make it incredible. We have all the funding. We raised a lot tonight. We'll put in a lot of money to bring it back to the highest level, higher than it was ever before. And it's got great sound. You know, the bones are very good. The sound is great. You'll see that tonight. But we look forward to doing a real job.
Mr. President.
It's a great honor, actually, to be chairman. They asked me to be chairman. This is a great. I have a lot of other things going, I will tell you, but it's a great honor to be chairman.
Mr. President, a question from Newsmax.
I hope you got a good one. She's got a good one. I bet she does.
Mr. President, what would you say to Democrats who don't want to come here because you're in charge?
Well, if they need it, we're going to be there, absolutely. If we weren't there, if we didn't bring in the National Guard and the Marines, you would probably have a city that was burning to the ground, just like it was a number of months ago with the housing. You would have had a big problem there. We weren't there. In fact, the police chief said so much. If you look at what his statements were, he said, we're very lucky to have had that. If we weren't there, that city would have been burning to the ground, would be burning right now.
Mr. President, what do you think of actors who are thinking about boycotting tonight?
Of unrest, what are you prepared to do, sir?
About what?
If this turns, well, the protests have spread down to 16 cities across the U.S.
Well, I don't know. That's what you're saying. Do I believe you? I don't think so.
Well, I got that.
I can tell you that what we have is a situation in Los Angeles that was caused by gross incompetence. They didn't have the police to handle it. The police were asking us to come in. They were very late. We had to go in to save a lot of ICE officers, as you know, who were held up. They were holed up in a building, and they were being attacked. And the military went in. The National Guard went in and got them. The police weren't able, unfortunately, to move fast enough, but we moved fast enough. And while we were there, we stayed there, and we stopped tremendous destruction and death. We stopped death. We stopped a lot. And if you look at them cutting up and breaking up the sidewalk and getting it and using it as a weapon, did you see that with the curb? Where they're breaking up the curb, nice curb, and they break it up with a hammer because they couldn't get the bricks in. You know, they got caught with the bricks. We have them under arrest. They were bringing bricks in to throw at our police, to throw at our National Guard, and to throw at people. And they couldn't get them in because we got them. And after we got them, they went and took a big hammer and started breaking up the concrete sidewalk and curb. And they were handing it out to people to throw and drop on cars. You saw what they did, the damage. if you don't do something about that, there's something very wrong. We are going to have law and order in our country. Thank you. Who is?
It's been reported that some actors may be boycotting tonight.
I couldn't care less, honestly. All I do is run the country well. The economic numbers, you saw them today, they're setting records. We took $88 billion in tariffs in 2 months, far beyond what anybody expected. There's no inflation. People are happy. People are wealthy. The country is getting back to strength again. That's what I care about. And we're going to have a safe country. We're not going to have what would have happened in Los Angeles. Remember, if I wasn't there, if I didn't act quickly on that, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground right now. Thank you.
Mr. President, could you provide an update on Iran?
How excited are you for the new era under your great new leadership with Ambassador Brunel?
Well, he's a great guy. Rick is great. He's always done well for me. And the new era right here is going to be something. The bones of this facility are incredible. We're going to make it really great.
How excited are you for Lady Melania Trump?
Tonight's going to be great.
How excited are you? Give us an update on Iran.
You're in charge.
Say it again.
Yes, a question from Newsmax. Could you provide an update on Iran? We're hearing reports that U.S. personnel are being moved out of the region within striking distance.
Well, they are being moved out because it could be a dangerous place, and we'll see what happens. But they are being. We've given notice to move out, and we'll see what happens.
Is there anything that can be done to dial the temperature down in the region?
They can't have a nuclear weapon. Very simple. They can't have a nuclear weapon. We're not going to allow that.
Mr. President, a question on the musical. Have you seen the musical before, and do you identify more with Jean Valjean or
Oh,
Javert?
that's a tough one. That last part of that question, that's tough, I think. You better answer that one, honey. I don't know. I've seen it. We've seen it a number of times. It's fantastic. I thought it was just about our first choice. So that's what we got. And we have others coming. Other great ones are coming.
Fans of the office.
What are you looking forward to
Why are you
tonight?
so quiet, Jeff?
My question is on trade. Would you be willing to extend the deadline for trade talks with these countries?
I would, but I don't think we're going to have that necessity. We made a great deal with China. We're very happy with it. We have everything we need, and we're going to do very well with it, and hopefully they are too. That was a very big one. As you know, we did with the UK, and I tell you what, we're rocking in terms of deals. Now, at a certain point, we're just going to send letters out, and I think you understand that, saying this is the deal. You can take it or you can leave it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to shop in the United States, as I said. So at a certain point, we'll do that. We're not quite ready. We're dealing with quite a few countries, and they all want to make a deal with us, every one of them.
Who's next? Who are you expecting to get a deal with next?
Well, we're dealing with Japan. We're dealing with South Korea. We're dealing with a lot of them. We're dealing with about 15 countries, but as you know, we have about 150 plus, and you can't do that. So we're going to be sending letters out in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, to countries, telling them what the deal is, like I did with EU.
And are you happy with the EU right now? You were unhappy with them about 10 days ago.
Well, I'll let you know in about a week. They do want to negotiate, I will say that. Thank you.
Mr. President, we're making the theater great again.
We are, Brian, and I'm glad you're here.
Glad to be here. What does it mean to be here tonight, now this is under your administration, bringing class back, the golden era of theater?
We have a golden era here in the country. You see the trade numbers came in today. They're fantastic. The deficit was cut in half over a period of 2 months. We cut what they tried to destroy our country. They were destroying our country. And you saw how good the numbers were. We took in $88 billion in tariffs in 2.5 months, and that we didn't even start yet. No, we're bringing the country back fast, and I'm very proud to have helped Los Angeles survive. Los Angeles right now, if we didn't do what we did, would be burning to the ground. And that's not over yet. You know, these are radical left lunatics that you're dealing with, and they're tough, they're smart, they're probably paid, many of them, as you know, they're professionals. When you see them chopping up concrete, because the bricks got captured, they're chopping up concrete and they're using that as a weapon. That's pretty bad, and thank you very much for your question.
You're a New Yorker, you've been to a billion theaters. Do you remember your first theater production that you attended?
Well, a long time ago, I would say maybe it was Cats.
Cats? First Lady, do you remember your first theater production you saw?
Phantom of the Opera.
Are you a Les Mis fan, Mrs. Trump?
I am.
was great.
I am.
We're going to
bringing
munch on
a lot
some
of them
popcorn
right
and Diet Coke tonight while we watch the
I
production.
think so. I think I will. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Oh, the parade's going to be incredible. It will be a parade like we haven't had in many, many decades here. And it's a celebration of our country. It's a celebration of the Army, actually. You know, the Army was 1 year earlier than the Union itself, than the founding of our country itself. 1 year. And it's going to be a celebration of the Army and the military. It's going to be incredible. I tell you, we have the greatest weapons in the world and the greatest people in the world. It's going to be a big parade.
You guys look amazing tonight. You guys look amazing.
It's going to be great.
Thanks.